the common denominator.
And I need all of you to stop what you're doing and listen.
Let's talk about something important. Put that coffee down.
I'm not here to waste your time.
Everyone has access to the information. We just know how to analyze it better.
Where else you gonna have this much fun?
You the man. You the man.
Todd Father.
Show me the money.
What I've been doing, had to triple my bag. Had to triple my bag. Wow. Had to triple my bag. Wow. Had to triple my bag. Yeah. Had to triple my bag.
60% of the time, it works every time.
That doesn't make sense.
Well, it's no trick to make a lot of money. All you want is to make a lot of money.
Yo, what is going on, guys? Welcome to a Patreon-only live show and giveaway. If this is your first time watching...
I just emailed a link.
There you go. Well, Todd's on the phone. This is what I'm about to explain. These are more chill and relaxed, more AMA style. We don't really have anything planned. We're just here to answer your guys' questions, kind of let you know our opinion on any news, the charts, etc. And then the giveaway winners I will announce in Discord after the show. I will use your tag. So if you're tagged as a winner, DM me with the proper cryptocurrency address, and we will send you those coins. Just another value proposition of being in this Patreon is the fact that you have a 1 in 4 chance to win some of that money back each and every month. We just like to have fun with it. Another thing to get excited about. On top of course, me, Todd, Palm Beach Trader, Palm Beach Confidential, Syndicator, and the list goes on and on. We just try to provide that value for you guys along with these shows. These shows will never be made public, so no question is too stupid, no comment is too vulgar. We don't monetize these anyways. Behave yourselves. We don't want to get our channel deleted, but like I said, it's a little more relaxing. So if you're not catching us live, of course, you can always rewatch this video with the replay. The link works. It just remains unlisted. We ask that you do not share these publicly or with other people. That kind of defeats the purpose, guys. You pay for this content, so use the content as you will. We'll go over briefly the coin market cap. Maybe Todd will do a brief overview of the charts, and then really we'll just jump into your questions, see if you have some charts you want to look at, ask our opinions on it. We can give you the dates on Binance for U.S. customers, what's going on with Cardano, and the list goes on and on. We'll try to fill you guys in about an hour here or whatever it takes. So let's flip over to this screen. So the Bitcoin dominance is at 69%. Now, we did think that we might have a five waves up on Bitcoin dominance, which would then lead to some downside and maybe some outperformance by altcoins. Now, we did spike as high as 72, but it does look like it's building a triangle up here. We said we don't know if that was the final leg higher, but we do believe at very most maybe Bitcoin gets another surge here, gets you to that 72 to 75% range, and then maybe altcoins will stop pooping their pants. But until then, this is what we're looking at. Everything is in the red. Now, you shouldn't be caught off guard by this. We have been pretty bearish, selling pretty much every peak. What was it, 13.8, 13.1? Everybody wanted to buy the 12K breakout. We said don't do that. Of course, it came back down. And then again, we weren't liking the 10.8 print that we were seeing as well. So we were heavy in cash. A lot of our downside targets, original targets for all coins have just been met. Litecoin 63 to 67, that's been met. ICX, we said 20 to 21 cents. That has been met, and it actually rallied out of that. It went as low as literally 20 cents to the micro penny, and now it's up to 22 cents. So if you got in there, you're up 10, 20% right now already. So we'll see. I mean, we're going to have Todd talk. There is still more downside risk here on Bitcoin. You're not out of the woods. And that means that these alts are pretty likely to go even lower. Maybe 75% says yes, they'll go lower. 25% say nope. They'll kind of hold in, flip, and we'll have some kind of alt season here. So, I mean, I don't want you to get upset but personally, I am starting to gain some positions back at these targets we've had for a very long time. I'd rather get that exposure back, buy at max the amount of coins you originally had, and leave all the profits in USD Tether to buy the next major Bitcoin buy. I know Todd is trying to have a little more patience on many of the alts, except maybe Litecoin, as he thinks Bitcoin will pull everything down. That's kind of something you got to decide on. For me, we've sold much higher. Me, mentally, I'm ready to to get back in, and I can hedge that positions with the USD we did have in profit. So if it continues lower, I can then put that USD to work and feel just fine about those positions. Biggest winners for today, there's not many. Nothing that we really talk about. Nash is up 9%, Gollum up 7%, and then Icon here up 5% to almost 22 cents. Again, this is one that I said you should probably pick back up at 20 to 22 cents. We bought this one at 18 cents, sold it around 25, and now you could have got back in at 20, and it's already rallying out of there. Depending on how Bitcoin acts here, this might be one that we just take a quick scalp trade out of again for, a 6, 7, 10% gainer. What do you got going on over there, Todd? Do you want to take a look at a few charts, and then we'll get over to the comment section?
No, I'm kind of tired from laying by the pool.
Right.
I don't have much to show. I mean, the only thing we can do here really is look at some Elliott Wave labelings, because the software is still not oversold. I don't want to get anything really unless we probably get deep oversold. So, and Litecoin down here 63, 62, all of a sudden a 66 buy looks a little high. So I'm really not going to add anything. I'm really trying to sit on my hands like I've been doing. Let's look at a couple possible Elliott waves, because I think we got to figure out how low this thing could go. And here is one. It's it's called a 333, where this is a W down. I got listed as an A, and then this is a X triangle. So this would be A, B, C, D, E, which means that rally to 10.6 was the end of it. Now we need 5 waves down, but the problem with that is that 5 waves down is going to be like that, like that, like that. So it could be, and it could clean down clear to like 7,200 maybe. So I don't know. I mean, again, I guess just eyeballing it, maybe there, and then a rally to there, and then maybe, yeah, it just looks like, that could take us down to 7,200, 7,500. So that's what I'm worried about. So we're just in wave 3 of the first wave 1 down. So, and I mentioned to you, I mean, break of 9,100 obviously is going to bring in selling. So maybe we buy that break, which is going to be scary as hell, because that'll be a new low below 90.47. So we buy a break of 90.47, and then we do rally back up to, let's say, 9,600, 9,700. Everybody else at 9,700 will be saying, okay, that was the low, we're ready to go, and then we come down and get a real smash to 8,000. So that's probably my roadmap, is I'm going to buy something down here when the technometer gives it to me, and we can hope that's a major low, because you could, it just won't look that way, but that could possibly be it, because there's other counts. I mean, I've showed this count for quite a while. We were showing the 4 over here, and this being a 1, 2. So that would be a 3, and then a 4, and then a 5. And it wouldn't have to go as deep. I mean, it could still hold this 9,000. So that's a possible. And then we'd be ready to skyrocket. So again, I don't think, I'm a little more leaning that the 4 ended over here. But again, I mean, it would, an 8,800 could be enough. That'd be a way where we're not going to fall too far and then right back up, because that 8,800 could happen overnight while we're sleeping. And then straight up, because everybody should know, I mean, this is a 1 up. This is the 2 we're looking for. If that's correct, then we're going to blow to 24,000 or something like that, 36,000. I hate to throw those numbers around, but Elliott Wave looks that way. With our Wyckoff, we're just going to try to buy something, and then what we would do next time is if we buy the lows and we get a rally, we start getting overbought. Probably at that point we'll trail stops instead of selling a market, so we don't sell too early, hoping that this is a major low. So we'll just trail stops and then hope that we can just accelerate to the upside while we're so long. So, but that's really, I mean, there's not really a lot of other counts. I mean, this could be a triangle, this could be an ABC, which again, 8,000. I've always mentioned the support over here at 7,800, 8,000. Bitcoin's been really strong on the way up, so I wouldn't doubt that we don't fall as far as people think. So 8,000 has been my number. So I guess I'm still staying with that.
Cool. Let's see what's going on over here as far as questions. If you guys have any questions, throw them out here. Somebody says, new question, do Patreon renews automatically, or do I have to enter Patreon to make a buy again? I think in your profile settings, there may be something there. I know a lot of people do automatic renewal, so on the first, you will just get charged again the $30 or $40, whatever tier you are in, and that way it is super easy. You don't lose any access. We check you off on our list, and you're good to go in the Discord as well. If that doesn't happen, you will receive an email or a notification on Patreon as well. You have like 3 days to pay. We do usually check Discord either the second, third, or fourth or something like that, and that's when we start. People who deleted us, people who haven't paid yet, etc., who changed their name, they will notice they get deleted from Discord. That's just precautionary. Now, we do get the wives' tales of, oh, I just forgot to pay or whatever, and maybe that's correct for some people, but there's a lot of people that want something for nothing, so I got to work a little extra to try to clean it out. So if you guys could, if you're going to stay with us, make sure you just auto-renew or pay on the first or the second. As well as if you're new, make sure that you've given me your Discord name at some point, because we do match up your Discord name with Patreon name to verify that everybody in the private Discord is actually a paying member, either on Patreon or via crypto. AM has a really hard question for you, Todd. Really hard question. You ready? How was your burger?
I put on there, it was a good burger.
That was a good burger.
A good burger.
F. Trader said, hey, thanks for doing it, guys. After talking to crypto, it would be great to check out traditional markets as well. He's specifically interested in a couple of charts you've talked about before, TQQQ and Overstock. Do you want to take a look at those?
I've got Overstock in front of me.
Perfect.
I mean, recently, we did have this was a buy on the technometer, a sell here on the technometer, and then we went to a buy at today's close. No real divergence between the OPs, so nothing earth-shattering, but maybe, again, I think somebody's going to follow Bitcoin, so I would say, be a buyer of Overstock a little bit lower. There is a lot of news with the chairman, what he was seeing, a Russian spy and all kinds of crap, so.
Crazy.
Yeah, so I think that one's a buy on any further weakness. And TQQQ, I don't think I've talked about that before. Yeah, that's not in my software. I'll try to add that one. I got QQQ. Well, my week in review was bullish stocks. That's the NASDAQ, because we were down here. This was an oversold technometer. We're still at 41.59, so it looks like we're going to break somewhere up here. Let's just say the 191, 192 level. I think that'll be suspect. If that happens, that's going to help out Advanced Micro. So I would think that one could break up here to 33 or so, and then probably at some point going to have to pull the trigger on that and try to buy it back cheaper. And then Square, a little slow here, but hopefully it'll dig in again and work back higher. That was a 50 on Square there that I didn't sell, and then came back down for another 38. So if we'd have been cute, we would have sold that 50 and bought that 38. Saved ourselves at 65, and that is 62. Could have took $3 out of there with the technometer. What else we want to talk about? I did give a buy on AT&T.
Todd has been on Crypto Coin News. I know a lot of people probably use that CCN on Twitter or on Google for stocks. There is supposed to be a Bitcoin and crypto-related article coming soon, and hopefully they really like these. They'll come to us for more opinions, charts, and fundamentals for crypto. So maybe the name will get out there. With that, if you like what we do, obviously we love that you support us, you watch our videos, but go ahead and share it. Share something. We usually retweet good comments. Let your friends, let your followers know, and we continue to grow. The bigger we grow, the more we can give back to you guys, the more time we can spend with you guys as you then are funding our lifestyle. We got bills to pay. So
there's telephone. I think this is going to continue to work higher. So we're long there. One I missed 3 days ago, which I think I mentioned it to somebody, but otherwise nobody knows it. This is one I wanted to buy. You can see here the technometer crushed over here, and also between this low and this low, technometer went down hard and gave a buy here. So, of course, I didn't buy the gap higher. And then I pissed around and missed that as well. So, not happy. I should have been on that right here at the opening Wednesday.
You even mentioned that in Discord to somebody. Somebody in Discord may have bought that.
Well, I mean, I had the oversold technometer. I had the huge divergence. And I just didn't buy the gap because we did a 147 to 150. If we wouldn't have done that, I probably would have been on it. Then here I pissed around because I was worried about a little bit of a sell-off. So, and the reason I'm really looking at Deere, Agco, I think these are longer-term maybe home runs because the farming community's been slapped. We got the China news that's not helping demand, all the tariff stuff. So I really think some of these are home runs if you look out 2 or 3 or 4 years. So I'm looking at buying some of these and just maybe setting on them. Another one, Tractor Supply, TSCO. That's another one that has came under pressure but had a good 2 days. So those are, I think, longer term ones I'm looking at. A lot of people were jumping on metals, but that's FedEx. I don't need that one. You guys got to realize I do the opposite of everybody. So I made huge money in metals this year. That's one of my better trades on a mutual fund strategy that I do, and even on trades for pro traders in here or so. But we were major overbought here. I mentioned that I wasn't liking the metals anymore. It did go higher for a couple of days, then I had a big down day today. If I showed you some Elliott wave counts from my buddy who gave us a count before, and also Proctor and some of them, we could have already put in a top in the metals. So I don't think you want to be long metals here. I mean, I'll have some points where you could try the long side, but I think that's an overcrowded trade now. So I wouldn't be anywhere near that. TLT, I've said before, is kind of, if you traded cryptos with the TLT buys and sells, it would be a pretty good do. I mean, we're at 42 here, so we still got more downside coming. You can see the last buys were down here and here. So I wish TLT would take a couple of days hit down here to 143, spring this low, and then maybe that'd be the chance to buy cryptos. So I'll be looking for that. And that is, here's Wyckoff wave that we follow really instead of the Dow and S&P. You can see I had a buy signal here and still at 41, so still plenty of room to run. So we'll watch that one. The UUP, short and will not give up the ghost. I thought that was obviously going to, I want to add on really, and I haven't added on. So the strong day today. And the technometers down here near oversold. So I don't know, the dollar I guess isn't going to keep making me take small losses on small positions. And UDN, same type of thing. So and then you can see overbought here. So flip flop, not well at all. So I'm not sure about the dollar at the moment. I mean, if that's the case, if this trade doesn't work, then that's going to still put pressure on cryptos. And Shopify, that's been the home run. I mentioned that at 174, I think it was. Touched 409. Yeah, that looks, I don't know. That was a fundamental play because a friend down the street had a boutique, and when she went from her old place to Shopify, her business like tripled. So I'm like, damn, if it's that easy, then. And now they loan her money on her inventory, and they'll sell their advertising help. She does ads and makes sales immediately. Oh, it's just crazy. So that's why I jumped on that one. And there's got to be a big correction somewhere here on that one, I would think, but that's probably still a home run. And that's all I got. Ford stock, somebody asked.
Oh, gosh. I was about to finally get back to the chat box. Sorry, guys. We'll go to Ford.
We got Ford. I'm not going to have much to say on this one. I mean, it looks like a little resistance here that I've showed before at 923. We've kind of backed up to that. And we've had a little ABC off the high. So, I mean, maybe you could buy here, but I guess I would have a stop at the 870 low. I don't know about that one. I can't say much about Ford. I'd buy it here with the stop at 870.
Joseph Sod says, Todd, even at 9K, it's not really much pain for the weak hands. I could agree and disagree. The reason I would disagree is you got to understand how bullish people were at 13.8, how bullish people were at 13.1, how bullish people were at 12,000. And I mean, a drop from 13.8 down to 9,000, that's pretty significant. I think that's a little bit of pain for those who were going long at those levels. What do you think, Todd?
Well, I think, are they wondering if we, if you're buying here and we're only the 9,000 is a low, then buy here. But I don't know. I mean, I'm afraid that 9,000 is not going to hold. I'm afraid that there is more selling coming in. I think people are over. I think the weak hands are over long.
Going along with that, Martin Mack says, so first short-term trade might come around 8.8K, possibly.
I'm guessing that's a buy for something. I don't think that'll be the major low. I think it'll be a relief rally. So just guessing if that happens, I probably will have some type of buy, and I probably will not be 100% long because I'm not going to take that risk. We'll see when it happens, but I would guess, at that point I'm willing to risk something with some type of stop. Maybe add a little bit of Litecoin on because that's going to be probably against us. And then see how that bounce plays out. And if we buy that and it bounces, I'd have a stop at where we bought probably and see if it continues or if it comes back down, knocks us out, and goes to 8,000. So
Danny Canarero says, Nick, can you explain the Cardano announcement you mentioned today in Discord? There is no info on what the announcement will be, but expect Charles Hoskinson to make some kind of ADA Cardano announcement as far as maybe something's about to be released, a due date on some of the release, maybe the Shelly upgrade or whatever it may be. It's supposed to happen on the last day of this month. So he's got 3 days left to make some kind of announcement. So we'll look for that. As far as pricing on Cardano, any further weakness is the target that I said I would be picking it back up. We did sell that much higher. We sold that, I don't even know where it was, 5, 6, 6.5 cents. I can't remember exactly off the top of my head. It would have to go back to the charts to look. Sold it at higher levels. Well, who knows what the announcement can be? It could be a whole bunch of nothing, or it could be a major breakthrough. We do know that we've been waiting for the protocol upgrade on ADA. The reason being is not only will that enact proof of stake, governance, usability, but also I believe that is what Coinbase has been waiting for in order to also list ADA on Coinbase Pro and Coinbase.com and possibly Coinbase Custody. So that'd be a very bullish step for ADA as far as liquidity pools, but also as far as usability. Up until now, Cardano's kind of been a pipe dream of financial services and blockchain tech. So if we can finally get that protocol upgrade, get POS, get governance, then we're finally on to something. And for something that has a $1.1 billion valuation, you would hope that comes sooner than later. So I am saying to have ADA in your portfolio, buy it on any weakness in my opinion. Could it go lower? Yeah, if we get Todd's 8,000, it's probably going to go lower. But maybe we get some kind of rally on the last day of this month with the news, or at least get a better picture of where ADA is heading in the midterm.
Spiegel wants to know about Roku. That's a runaway. I hope you're along that one. Maybe you're.
Well,
I don't know what to say about that thing.
Guy I work with said, I'm buying Roku. Now, this is a janitor. So I was like, oh, okay, whatever. Well, he actually hit that one.
Yeah, can't say much about that except, we had a 38 down here on the technometer. That would have been a nice buy. Not sure how you'd pull that one off because it's tough buying there. Really, that's just keep buying strength. So, Wyckoff does that. The ones that hold up are the ones you want to own. So any sell-off in the general market did not affect this thing, and then it just continued. So that's a home run.
Mopti says, do you think CME BTC futures expirations tomorrow might propel a market move it has in the past? I have been seeing the theory around that the reason for the dump was due to the fact that a large percentage of the futures do expire tomorrow night. I don't know. What do you think, Todd? I really don't look at CME futures very much at all, personally, but you might do something different.
It matters if they're trading at a premium or discount, things like that, but I don't know. I don't watch it close enough. I'm sure it'll give us a little bit of volatility, but I'm not sure I don't think you can call the last sell-off because of the futures. Because what it said, what was it, 50% are expiring or something? I don't know what the hell they said.
Right.
I don't pay close enough attention to make a comment, and probably should pay a little more attention. So
Well,
I'm
now
gonna look into that tonight.
And it also might work as a self-fulfilling prophecy as well with it tomorrow. Maybe that will create that 2 higher, give us a little bit of a relief rally before we ultimately head lower for a wave 3, wave 5 lower.
Besides, like I said on the last Patreon show, I mean, other channels, without naming them, I know was saying, there's no positive news this year. You don't want to buy nothing. Bitcoin's at 3,120 and no news can drive us higher. Well, we go to 14,000. Now everybody knows BAT's coming out. It's extremely bullish. Bitcoin's at 13.1, Bitcoin's at 12,000, Bitcoin's at 10.4. So the people that aren't in are like, well, I got to be long because BAT's what everybody's waiting on. And now BAT's here and we're falling out of bed. So, the markets do what it can do to screw the most people. And that is let everybody thinking BAT was finally going to help us when probably we'll blame the sell-off on BAT somehow, saying that everybody, institutions waited for it to come out so they could sell into it and hedge, and then we'll collapse to 7,800 and that'll be the buy of a lifetime. So I don't follow much on any of that news, as everybody knows.
Ergen says, your opinion on XLM, please. XLM was one at the beginning of the year that was outperforming everything as far as holding in that higher triangle. Since it broke down, it has been an underperformer. XLM and XRP both have been underperformers, and that's kind of ironic because they usually follow each other. So we're kind of looking for a big break in XRP, as we believe there might be some kind of rally leading into the Swell conference in November. So I think if XRP does rally leading into Swell, I think that's when XLM will also follow. And I think XLM's still a good fundamental project, and now you also can earn passive income on it by doing nothing, just by holding it over on Binance. They do give you monthly distributions on XLM. That started about a month ago. So keep an eye on that one. And if you're trying to load the bag on XRP and prior to the Swell conference, if we give that trade, I think if you hold XLM as well, you might be able to follow up there with the price appreciation. Somebody said thoughts on AT&T. We already went over that. Somebody wanted to look at Ford. We looked over that.
UDN, I did. Ethereum. Ethereum, I had a roadmap, at 160 or so. We've kind of done that. This could be just the first wave down, so we could see 140, I think. So I'd say, 140 is the worst if Bitcoin continues down. Being long a little Ethereum here maybe doesn't hurt, but I haven't pulled the trigger on any of it. So
there we go. Somebody said, which alts are you guys looking at the moment? Those are the ones we usually talk about, or at least follow the price actions over in Discord. So Litecoin, Ethereum Classic, Neo, ICX has done well for us recently. Aeon's done well for us. XMR has high correlation with Bitcoin. So when you get the major Bitcoin buy, if you like privacy currencies, that's probably one you'd want to also buy. XMR, Cardano, which we just talked about. Not too many small caps. A couple of the Palm Beach Confidential ones that we've traded in and out of, as well as Zen. Zen's had a good couple days here. So those are the ones we're really keeping an eye on. And those are the ones we continually talk about in Discord as well, because we're actively trading them, staking them, mining them, whatever it may be, trying to pull as much value Satoshis out of those as we can. Going with that, S. Moxon says, Nick, with Binance shutting out U.S. citizens, we might see alts that are only on Coinbase and Bittrex pump a bit, ? So if you don't know, hopefully you do know, we've posted in Discord several times. Starting September 12th, I believe, if that is correct, U.S. citizens will no longer be able to trade on Binance. You will have an additional 30 days to move your funds, so you won't lose your funds for another 30 days or so no big deal there. I don't know if you're going to have an alt dump if they're not U.S. regulated, or an alt pump if they are. The reason being, CZ's not stupid, and if it's a smart businessman, it's a really easy decision that you should have Binance US live and launched prior to having to kick off users of your Binance.com. The reason being, we're all lazy. So if I have to pull my coins off Binance and send them to Bittrex and Coinbase, and then Binance US opens in 2 months, well, I'm probably going to procrastinate on actually moving those coins because I'm like, I'm just trading them on Coinbase, it's fine. So if he's smart, they will launch Binance US either prior to September 12th or at very worst case scenario during that 30-day grace period, unless some kind of regulatory reason holds them back on that. So I don't really think that's really going to affect any altcoin prices at this point in time. Now, the 30 or 40 that are on the list that are U.S. regulated, I think all of those, I mean, every altcoin that we trade was on that list, but maybe one. So I think those might have a little bit of a positive impact, obviously, because they're going to have more volume, more liquidity, more people that can invest in them if they choose. And like I said, out of all the alts that we talk about, I think every single one, but maybe one, was on that Binance US list. So we should be sitting pretty if that is the case.
What up, Heather?
Ocean says Wax is looking good coming out of the coin swap. Hopefully all of you guys were able to get that working. I did do a full step-by-step in Discord, the fundamental section, so I'll leave that in there in case anybody else needs to use it. After a few more days, I'll delete that because it did take up a lot of room. I think it was something like 25 steps to swap your Wax tokens from ERC20 or whatever they were over to EOS. Maverick Gold said, when should we expect the June Rapids announcement with Bitcoin bottoming out here soon? That cannot be disclosed. I know they have a full write-up that they are working on, just trying to let the community know what they are building, what they're working on, etc., as well as a relatively sad moment for one of the team members. So I can't really divulge anything else, but that hopefully will be released here by next Thursday. I think they're waiting on that day for a specific reason. AIMBO wants you to look at CRPT if you can. Does that even on TradingView?
No.
Crypt is one that we traded for over 50% gains a couple times. It's Palm Beach Confidential's last pick. It does have some fundamental reasons why I do want to get a long position at some point. You can read those in the hashtag charts channel. Now, I have pulled the buy orders just with this market indecision, but the same fundamental reasons on why you may want to pick up a long bag at some point using some of that 110% profit you could have made over there. Some of that being they're on Binance Dex. They have over 50,000 volume. If you have over 50,000 volume, you are eligible to be listed on Binance.com. And for a project with that small of a market cap, that could be explosive. Also, they have a usable product. It is a mobile wallet where you can spend, send, whatever, all via the mobile app. Why is that good? Well, utilization of a network drives value of that network as well, and CRPT is used for every interaction within their application, so that is a good sign. So go ahead, read a little bit about it, see what you think. We made some big gains on it. I would recommend here a little bit lower. You might want to take a portion of those profits and kind of just put it in a long bag and see if we can catch a nice 2x, 3x with a Binance listing. That would be pretty nice. We'll see what happens.
Throw me back here to the Ethereum chart because we called this live on Aram, and I put a 5-wave up on a lot of these coins after we did that. We were live doing that, so yeah, that's 5 waves up. I mean, normally on the pullback, then you'll find support at the previous fourth. Well, that's down here, and you could say it was 150. You might want to try to call that a triangle and say it was 166. So I think we've made the low. This is a triangle here, which means that's a B wave or a fourth wave. So Ethereum could be bottoming now, or maybe we see that 150. And I think, if that's the case, then that bottoms and we're headed a lot higher. So, because that'll be a 1 up, that'll be a 2 down. The next wave's got to go to whatever, 800 or something.
Whoa.
So we shall see. If these are 1-2s cleaning up here, we're going to end the year with some fireworks. So in January 1, we'll probably all be in Vegas partying. Or at least Heather and I will be.
As Moxon says, I missed the Wax swap. If my Wax token are on Bittrex, will they do the swap? I would have to look. Each exchange is going to be on their own. I don't know if Bittrex put out something that they would do the swap for you, so you might need to check that out. There you go. He said, never mind. I checked. Bittrex has the token listed as offline. Swap is in progress. So there you go. Easy as that. What other questions you guys have? You have any comments, questions, concerns, charts, fundamental news? Ask me my favorite color. I don't really care. We're just chilling here. It is 6:36. We've been live about 40 minutes or so, maybe 45 if you count the intro. And this is we try to do this at least once a month, a couple times a month, where we're just hanging out with you guys, answering your questions, and of course giving away some of our crypto. I will announce the winners in Discord tonight, so see if your name gets tagged.
And then some of us are live at 3:30 in the morning while Nick's asleep.
Right. Hey, I saw that. I shared that in my morning update and on Twitter as well.
I go hard in the paint.
I've also been trying to do a morning update with you guys if something major happens, kind of telling you what trades we got filled on. So if you wake up a little later or you didn't catch it, you know to buy, what trades we're being patient on, what's going on in the news, just to kind of give you an easy recap to read. Well, it's my morning, whatever time that is for you. Because I know there is a lot of stuff that gets put in the main Todd and Nick channel, so some of you guys don't have time to read it all. So we try to summarize what's been going on, what you should have listened to us on. We have had what is it, Todd? 20 people delete us, which is after the dump, which is kind of funny because I don't know if you guys didn't listen. I don't know if you took the wrong way. I don't know if you deleted us by accident, whatever it may be. But
I think in the hangout room they've been fading me.
Right.
Dang, I might not be the sharpest trader, but I don't think you want to fade me. I'm at least right 60% of the time.
So, I don't know. Pretty interesting. I know Patreon is glitchy sometimes, so we'll wait and see who comes back at the start of next month. Now, if you delete us at $30 and there's no more spots, that just is what it is. I mean, that's supposed to be a loyalty program. Those are for those who've been around or the first 250 people. So if somebody takes your spot because you deleted us, I don't know what I can do for you. But I don't want to work harder to try to save you even more. Somebody wants to look at MoneyGram.
MoneyGram?
Then somebody said, what's the best physical book to read to learn Wyckoff? That's probably this book right here, wouldn't you say?
Yeah, that's the $1,000 book. I mean, any book on Wyckoff would be good. I mean, I think to learn Wyckoff, you need to take the course that Mr. Wyckoff put together and Wyckoff Stock Market Institute did. So.
Right.
And that's a $1,000 course. I will give a 20% discount for that. I will knock it down to $800. But if you're trading cryptos, I mean, the $299 course at $240 is an absolute steal.
Yeah, that's at learncrypto.io, and use since you're in our Discord, you get a promo code for 20% off. So it'll be $240. Plenty of people in here have taken it. You get on the alumni list. You'll help yourself. You'll understand what's going on, and you'll make these trades on your own as well. So.
And if anybody has bought the 240 or the 299 course and wants to take the full course, I mean, make sure you hit me up because I'll give you a pretty big discount. Because the 299 course has a shitload of information from the $1,000 course. It's not a fourth of the course. It's way more than that. So, but hit me up. Don't be spending money without letting me know. I mean, I will credit you, but still, hit me up if you want to try to learn more. But I'd start with the 299 course. If you trade a lot of stocks and you're really serious and $1,000 doesn't hurt, hit me up. I'll give you a 20% discount. You can spend $800. I mean, and then that gets you the 600-page book there, and the online gets me closer to you, etc. MoneyGram, I didn't know MoneyGram's symbol, so it's not going to be in my software here. I'm at my wrong desk, so I don't have this thing updated.
Martin says those summaries are great, Nick. I like them. I'll try to keep doing them for you guys. Heather, that name says, Carrie, I can't wait to meet you all. I appreciate you all so much. There you go.
And I got to tell you, I think 40 is a steal because I was just telling my wife, I mean, I pay for a few different things just so I don't get blindsided by maybe some alternative accounts and stuff. And I mean, shoot, I pay $100, $200 a month for some crap that's hurting my trading. So I know 40's got to be a halfway steal because we're not hurting anybody, I don't think. I don't really know what we're doing wrong. I've sold a couple of rallies too early.
Right.
That's the worst thing I do. Then
yeah, to put it in perspective,
slap
I mean,
the shit out of me.
$40 you get me and Todd, so okay, $20 a piece. Well, then it goes even further because the syndicator platform we have on there, that one's like $1,500 for unlimited use. And then we also have Palm Beach Trader, which is $1,500 a year. Then we have Palm Beach Confidential, which is $3,000 a year, and then I have Palm Beach Legacy, which is an additional $3,000 for life. So I mean, you can do the math on what that would all cost per month if you really wanted to break it down. So pretty.
Plus,
crazy.
there's some early wave guys. I think they're $100 a month. I mean, Proctor and those guys. I mean, I think you got to spend $190 a month for them. I mean, you're probably getting a lot of that guys. A lot of everyone's information from me for that 40. So, sorry guys, I got too much going on. So yeah, I mean, that's all. We're going to keep doing it. I mean, I'm not trying to raise prices here either. We're trying to build a community that just wants to hang out and ride this thing long term. going in and out of different people's discords and learning different ways to trade is a waste of time. So I think obviously Wyckoff with Somalia Wave is the answer if you're doing technical analysis. Anything else is a waste of time. So try to learn that.
Steven says, all right. Random one. You guys both pronounce et cetera. Is that a local Missouri thing? Probably. Or maybe I'm just lazy. I don't have time for pronunciations. I got to get back to the charts. Never was good at English. I have a bachelor's in applied mathematics with a minor in business administration, and then I have a master's of science in accounting. So kind of always been a math guy. Worked in finance. Not too bright on English. Got to college and like, oh, English. you're an honors student. We'll put you in honors English. That was miserable. You had to write papers every day. Oh God, I wanted to kill myself.
What I like though is people don't understand. When I'm driving, I am in Discord. I'm looking at charts. I got jaws trying to lay on me, and I'm replying to people. So I might say R as A-R-E, but I meant O-U-R.
All right.
And then you got the English police on you. It's like, you have no idea what I'm doing over here.
T. Will said, Nick, has syndicator calls been making money? I haven't really been using them for crypto, but they do give you general brackets. A lot of them were bearish before this drop as far as calling for a lower price range on Ethereum, Bitcoin, and others. And then as far as stocks, they have been right on every earnings call. Now, a couple of those earnings calls, they had weak guidance or something, so the price still dropped. But I know a couple people over there have been doing quite well with the stock plays on earnings, either going with them making earnings or losing earnings and kind of trading off of that. So has been pretty decent. Syndicator, until you get more comfortable, I think they're just interesting to kind of get a better picture, macro picture of where the market's heading or what maybe a decent price range or channel for some of these crypto assets.
How much capital do you need to live off trading? That's a tough question.
Right. I mean,
boy, I don't know. I mean, if you're, in the old days, if you're trading stocks, maybe I could answer that better, but I don't know if you're trading cryptos. I mean, I don't know. That's a tough one. I mean, and you also got to realize the stress of trading when you've got to trade to pay your mortgage.
Right. That makes it the whole thing with trading is you have success when you remove emotions, and if you're got to pay the mortgage with it, well, that's going to add a lot of emotions to it.
Because I'll even tell you in the past, I mean, even for me, I mean, a lot of times it's better for me not to have a big position on because, I got to watch my emotions. So it's tough. Because if I don't have any positions on, then my emotions are pretty well just like, what are my indicators doing? But then all of a sudden, if you're needing to pay your mortgage and you're loaded up on one coin, and I mean, it's tough to be like, damn, I probably should have a stop in and get the hell out. But, if you're trading small and it doesn't mean anything, it's all right, I need to get out. So you get out and go to the next trade. So you just got to be careful when
let's put it this way. This whole long spiel, I don't think you can ever have too much capital. That's my thing. So if you want to just hustle. I don't know how old you are, but I still have the full salary job. Why? Because it pays a good salary. You get the 401k, and then we do the YouTube, we do the Patreon. Like, I work a lot, but you hope it all pays off in the end. That's what it's all about. So, and I'm not really trying to cash out my crypto portfolio. Like, yeah, we go to USD Tether, but I'm not really trying to take it to the bank to pay my car payment. So, I think you can never have too much capital. So keep grinding, keep making more capital.
I think you just got
I've got balls of steel.
Balls of steel.
Heather with that name says, I like when you get emotional and bleep some fools out. It's probably when you're talking about backhanding people and stuff on Twitter.
Oh, yeah. I even got the big Beezy laughing at me because there's a guy that didn't want me talking, drinking or whatever, and then he's on Twitter acting a fool. Whatever. I guess when you're the boss, you can do that. So sometimes, I probably should grow up. But if it's 3 a.m. and I'm bored and somebody's swinging at me, I'm going to swing back. I'm just bored.
Martin says, if we have backed on September 23rd, so is it possible that BTC will drop below 9K and go back up again by that date? It will be just 3 weeks away. So I don't know how it's all going to act. All I know is I'm telling you, backed is long-term bullish for Bitcoin, for institutional finance, etc. Also, the deposits for back do start on September 6th. That means people can start loading their Bitcoin, setting up their profile, get their money ready so they can start putting positions on what is supposed to be the launch date, September 23rd. Long-term bullish, but again, Todd even said this when we were talking about that they can spin it to be bearish, or they want to get better entries for those people. So maybe you have a dump here coordinated by them, so the pricing just starts off at a better point on September 23rd.
Plus, one thing, I don't know if it's just because of my business. I mean, the success we've had, whatever. I mean, everybody knows I was taking accounts at 10,000 and 25,000 for PCG, and I'm having meetings with billionaires now. And I got some gentlemen looking for assets for me, and I'm telling you, it appears people with $1 million, $5 million, $10 million, $100 million, they are ready to come to Bitcoin, and I never heard that from before. I mean, I never sat here back in the day when, the last 2.5 years or whatever, talking like that. I mean, I was trying to say that we were going to get in my stock clients that, could take 5% of their money and jump in here, and I don't know whether these people are going to come through, but I got a lot of people and people around me saying, oh yeah, I got a buddy here with 10 million and a buddy here at the 100 million. They want custody, they want insurance, because they don't want a hack, they don't want an exchange running off with their 10 million. But damn, if there's custody and insurance and you got guys with 10 million, 100 million trying to get in Bitcoin, and they're just like all of us, they will FOMO that shit all the way to 50,000. Right. They won't be like, oh, I'm going to wait till it comes back down. No, they'll chase it. So, that's how we get to 36,000 as we firm up somewhere here. Custody and insurance is here, and people aren't worried about, nobody has to put their money in Square and Shopify and IBM and worry about the exchange closing.
Right.
But, and I keep saying it, I have one client of mine with $5,000 in Bitcoin. My wife sends out emails to a lot of my stock clients. We've sent out, I don't know, she could verify. I got a feeling we sent something out of 4,000 saying, hey, you need to get in Bitcoin. I think we sent something out of 6,000, 9,000. I think we sent one out of 14,000 saying, we could pull back here and give everybody another chance. Nobody calls in. Nobody wants to talk about it. No one's investing. But those people will have to come too, I still think.
Yeah, so on top of just big wealthy individuals looking to get into the space, and then you got stock clients who haven't even dabbled, you get back launch, ERSX launch, custody, insurance, more brokers opportunities. Well, I mean, the finite supply, it only can go one way, and they will buy it. So, I mean, I work for an institutional financial advisor. They don't spend money on research and development and software if they don't plan on making 100x that money back. So you're not going to have New York Stock Exchange working on back, TD Ameritrade working on ERSX, et cetera, et cetera. All that research and development. Software engineers are freaking expensive, okay? So they're going to push that on their clients. And even if they don't even love the asset class, they're still going to say what they said for gold and commodities. Put 1 to 5% of your assets in there. And that's what we've been saying for a long time. And now you have very high net worth individuals wanting to put big money into the space, probably way more than 1 to 5% of their assets. So it should get exciting. We just got to keep playing the market like we're playing it and not forget the macro picture that we want to be long here at some point for higher highs.
I think I realized I was with, what I'll have to say, I was around a couple of guys that's got $1 billion positions in Bitcoin. They're long it from $15 and down in those levels, and they're not selling. I mean, they don't even think we've seen a full market cycle or nothing. So, and their friends overseas, Middle East, Kuwait, there's just, I don't know. I mean, they're not selling here. They're not, these guys could dump the market themselves. They're looking for still a lot higher prices. So I don't know. I mean, I don't want to be the one so bullish, but we've been bullish here. And I just think there's still so much money to come that we can easily go a lot higher. So
Ergen says, Todd, are you trading all of your Bitcoin bag or keeping some percentage for long term, even if you know it is going down?
That's a tough question. I mean, we've had so much success this year that, and a lot of people are in here. I mean, there's PCG clients in here because a lot of people recently have been giving me money and telling me to trade the whole thing. So right now they're 80-90% in cash. They have been. So we're swinging the whole bag. If you've been with me for a few years, I mean, we're probably still 70% long, 30% trading. It just matters. So and before everyone was kind of doing the same. Now I really got it. And then some people have given me, a big account. It all matters what you have with me. If you tell me you have no money and I've got all of it, then I'm going to have some hodling. I can't afford Bitcoin to take off today and be up $3,000 in a green bar and I'm not in. But if you're telling me, hey, I've got some Bitcoin, I've got stuff that you don't see and I'm not going to give to you. So here's 100,000, here's a million, whatever. Trade it like it's yours, trade it aggressive. Then yeah, I've been 100% cash. I mean, the other night when we went to 10.6, I thought I was going to throw up. I was out and about and I'm like, I rallied above 10.2. I probably want to jump on, and they went 10.2 to 10.6, and shit, that was the high. So then what? We go right back down to 94. So no, I mean, it just matters.
T Wheel says, Nick, what percentage do you get staking a masternode on desktop as opposed to my staking wallet? If you're doing a masternode over staking, you're going to get a higher reward. On top of that, governance is coming soon, meaning each one of your masternodes will be voting rights for different proposals, whether it's development, team members, treasury, whatever. So I always recommend, if a network has staking and node structure, to get the node. You do have to pay the hosting fee. You're just talking about my staking wallet. Off the top of my head, that is $7.95 a month, but you can have up to 4 different masternodes on it. So you can say have a RPD, a Metrics, a Colex, and whatever on there for $7.95. So, I mean, you're paying a little bit monthly for the service, but you're going to earn more in rewards. And again, once you have governance put in place, you actually have a percentage ownership of the underlying network, which I think is a brilliant opportunity. Now, not everything's going to find the success on the scale of, say, Dash, but a Dash masternode was like $10,000 when it started, and it got as high as like over $1 million, and you had ownership of that network. That's crazy talk, but it could be a reality if we do have a bigger market cycle. So if you're choosing between staking masternodes should give you higher rewards and have other benefits like ownership of the underlying network or voting rights on the network or whatever it may be.
And I guess I would say too, because not everybody in here obviously is PCG, but if you're sitting here with a lot of cash trying to get invested, I mean, you've got to invest some here probably, or definitely on anything lower. I mean, if we get a 9,100 Bitcoin, even if I'm saying we're going to 8,000, I mean, at 9,100, you got to get some money invested. Just like I'm long a little bit of Litecoin here. I mean, we've traded that extremely well. I don't have a stop on it because I'm not going to. I mean, what was it when Bitcoin rallied up to 95.80 or whatever this morning? I mean, Litecoin went down and made a 62 on a red wick. I mean, I'm not going to get stopped out on those things. And so if you're sitting on a lot of cash, I mean, you've got to nibble on the way down like Nick's been talking about, because we all could be wrong and we could scream to the upside here, I think. So don't be too cute if you're trading it yourself. Pick out some of these coins. I mean, Neo's gotten KWAP, probably going to go lower, but if you like some coins, you better start nibbling in the near future.
Especially if you were in the alts with us already and you sold much higher. That's my biggest thing. You can get back say you had 100 Neo and we sold them at I don't even know, way higher, $12 plus. You had 100 of them and you sold them there and you did nothing, and now you have a chance to buy it at $9. Get your 100 coins back. You're going to have a ton of cash still there. Just sit on Tether until we give a major Bitcoin buy, or until you can reduce your cost basis if Neo goes lower. That way you have exposure to the market. You would have been begging for these prices at the highs. We sold near the top, and you can get that exposure back while still having cash for further downside. I mean, you can play both sides of the market there. If you don't want to go full 100% in, then maybe get 25% now, 50% now. Just get that exposure. Your mind will be at ease. And my biggest thing is, so everybody wanted to buy $140 plus on Litecoin. The Litecoin halvening, we're going to the moon, whatever. We got stopped out at 135. We did nothing. We bought it back at 90. We sold it at 100. We bought it at 90 again. We sold it at 100 again.
But we got laughed at by members that aren't in the group no more.
Right. Yeah.
Because they got overextended, took too much risk, and talked too much.
Right. So, I mean, stopped out at 135, bought a 90, sold 100, bought a 90, sold 100. Would have been begging for a $60 Litecoin when we were at those highs. So I'm not opposed to getting back my original Litecoin back here and keeping the profits from 3 massive trades, ready to buy lower prices on Bitcoin, Litecoin, whatever it may be. So, I mean, you always got to keep in perspective. It's all macro view. I know some of you only been with us 1 month. Some of you have been with us since the first month. So the timeline's always different. That's what makes our job a little bit harder. You know, we're trying to find the bottoms and call the tops while understanding that some of you are brand new, some of you have been around for a while. But that's kind of the methodology that I use to really be pretty emotionless and kind of maintain exposure to an ecosystem that I think has so much higher to go while constantly accumulating more of the coins for free. I haven't put new cash into this market since I mortgaged a house. I said, if Bitcoin ever goes below 4,000, I'll mortgage the house live on air. I did that because I made my word.
No one cared, though.
And
no one really cared.
No one cared.
That didn't get
nobody even gave a shit. And here we are. I haven't put any fresh money in. We continue to grow the SAT pile, the altcoin pile, the USD pile via these trades and really utilizing Wyckoff and Elliott Wave, utilizing the experience from fundamental and news, never getting overzealous. You know, sometimes I pull the trigger a little early on alts, but 90% of the time they do a 100% retracement. So I'll take 40% emotionless gains any day. So that's what we're trying to teach you guys. And hopefully we'll continue to do this pretty well, find the bottom here and ride it to new all-time highs, probably at the end of this year, early next year, 24,000, 35,000, whatever it may be.
People talking about, alt season, Bitcoin versus alts. I mean, the problem is the big accounts I just told you about, they're trying to get in Bitcoin. They're not asking about any other coins, really. I mean, I think if they get in Bitcoin and Bitcoin goes up and they're up 1%, they're happy, or up 10%, 50%, 100%, and me or their advisor or Nick's telling them to go to alts, I think they will, obviously. Are they searching those alts out now? Maybe not as much because they're taking a step into Bitcoin first. So I think that's why you're seeing Bitcoin at 72 dominance, because, and probably going to go higher. I hate to say it, because that's where the big money's going to go first. I think they got to get comfortable. They got to get some profits made, and then they got to, okay, let's chase this coin or that coin, and then maybe we get a real alt season started.
And we've really been saying that all year, that money's going to go where they have access. That's why we've been saying Bitcoin and top large cap altcoins, because they're probably going to be on the same platform. Rumors on Bakkt is going to have Bitcoin, Ethereum, and Litecoin. So that means big money will have access to all three of those. You can look at what's on Coinbase custody. Big money has access to those. You got ErisX talking about maybe top 10 by market capitalizations like Bitcoin, Ethereum, Litecoin. They left out XRP. They did have possibly EOS, Ethereum Classic in there as well. So that's really where the money's going to have access to. I mean, these people can't, but they're not going to know what these small alts are. They're going to go in with, they're going to have $2 million. They're going to be like, all right, give me 1.5 million in Bitcoin, 250K in Ethereum, 100K in Litecoin, 100K in Ethereum Classic, because that's what they can buy. And that's probably a portfolio construction that they're going to feel most comfortable with until they learn a little bit about it. And like Todd said, then they'll start peeling off profits into smaller cap coins or the speculative plays, just like they do in traditional markets as well. So that's what we've been saying all year, that you need to have, we play these micro caps, we like the volatility, we like the passive income, but you really need to have a large portion of your exposure in Bitcoin and other large cap cryptocurrencies, because that's where the money's going to go. And that's really what's been happening since the lows. You had outperformance in Litecoin, that's a top 5 coin. Outperformance in Bitcoin, number 1. You had moments of outperformance in Ethereum, number 2. And then, of course, outperformance in Binance. That's not really institutional money. That's just because Binance just continues to build more and more value propositions for BNB.
And I will say, I haven't done a lot of work on the software because I've customized the stock software much more. So I am probably going to try to get back into that and try to take the software to a whole nother level. Because if we do that, then we're going to really kill the game. Because everybody knows I give charts on Bitcoin, once in a while Litecoin, Ethereum, Neo, ETC, really just the big names. Because then for some reason the software starts breaking down a little bit. So, I'm going to try to spend more money to get the software working better. I'm not sure I'm still going to launch it to everybody, and I hate to say that, but I'd probably rather build this community and everybody makes money, we manage money, etc. So I don't know what I'm going to do about launching the software for subscribers. I might just, I don't know, use it in here more, obviously. Maybe make it available to Discord people. I don't know. But I am going to try to make it where it's more beneficial to us in here. That's my plan still.
Any other questions before we call it a night? We have been on over an hour. Remember, look out for your tag. I will choose 4 winners tonight to win some crypto, probably some RPD, XLM, Ethereum Classic. I got to see what I even own at this point. I don't know what's been filled, what hasn't.
9,500, nothing going on. Litecoin 6363. So
somebody just messaged in Discord, is it worth adding LTC at this point?
I mean, I can't add till I get a buy signal. Normally adding to losing positions isn't the smartest trade in the world. So, if Bitcoin or Litecoin's tech goes to oversold, yeah, I probably would add on 50% of what you bought at 66 if you followed my trade. So if you put in $1,000, maybe add 500, put on another 50% position is probably what I would do to be safe. I'm still looking to really just buy Bitcoin.
Ergen says, best advantage of Discord for me is to control my FOMO feeling. Yeah, I mean, every once in a while, I haven't been on crypto Twitter for real, but I go on there, and some of the stuff on there is just crazy. Somebody had a Elliott wave count. It was just a big ABC saying, you're going C down to 3,000 on January 1st, 2021. Like, that's the stuff people have. That's not helpful. That's not...
95% of Elliott wave on crypto Twitter is not even correct. I mean, that shows they haven't... Well, shit, we had the book for free, the link. So
right.
I was going to say they can't even spend $20 on a book and a weekend reading. I mean, that shows how stupid the majority of people on crypto Twitter are. They can't even spend $20 in a weekend trying to learn something. And then I've had some argue with me that don't have no idea what they're even arguing about.
It's interesting.
And you're right, Martin Max. I mean, I had a thing on my stock side that actually will bring up OP Force Tech for every stock. The problem is that really dings me. I get charged a lot from bar chart. But yeah, something like that would update automatically, would stop a lot of. And everybody would find that hugely, hugely helpful. So that might be something we could get done for sure. And that wouldn't be too hard to do,
right.
Especially like top 100 coins.
Aimbo says, how do I enter the giveaway? You're already in. I go from the list of Discord members. So anybody in the private Discord, whether you pay for Patreon, crypto, whatever it may be, if you're in there, you are entered to win. I use a random number generator to then pick out 4 names. Somebody said, when did you guys start streaming? We started streaming at the beginning of the bear market. So when Bitcoin fell from like 20,000 down to 14 or 11 is when we kind of started, due to the timing and breakdowns of other relationships, as well as people, saying, Nick, get off crypto Twitter and actually make a difference. So we started streaming, and those were tough times, but we grew a decent community during that time. But we were live every day during the bear market, giving sales, giving ideas, making no money, just trying to provide information, help people in the space.
Just having the fun of it.
And, now it's really paying off its dividends. So we've been around in the public view. I've been streaming on YouTube since the bear market. Todd did have another individual that he worked with during the original bull market, but
which I owe all my success to.
Right. That guy was crazy, still crazy. Martin says, Todd's tech automatically posting on Discord every hour would avoid a lot of questions and save a lot of time. I don't know if the tech's going to change much in an hour.
Right, I could just take...
But maybe our bot master can take something.
I could come into Discord like once a week then.
Right.
Just lay by the pool.
Bleeka says, how about the giveaway being a free month or 2 of Discord? Now, I'm not really opposed to that. The problem with that is, if a brand new person wins $10 worth of crypto, that's fine. They still paid us something, but they just happen to win. If a brand new person wins 2 free months of Discord, I would rather that be like a loyalty prize. Like maybe we'll go back in the first one. Me and Todd had 15 Patreon members our first month. Maybe those first 15 people will get a free month or 2 for a loyalty reward program.
And I would agree probably. I think a lot of people said it that, that we at least maybe did stop some people buying at 13.5 and 13.1 and 12 and not take as much risk because there's numerous ways to screw up a portfolio. So, I mean, obviously we do the best we can every time, but I think, I can't imagine there's anybody out here doing better than us. So if there is, I mean, shit, we all should follow them then. I know a couple names that I hear supposedly are doing well, and I'm told they're not doing well. So I think a lot of us know those names because, and it's amazing. Those guys got 30, 40, 50,000 followers. I don't know if they're real followers or what they're doing, but crazy. Matt Cox, we're going to wrench you.
I think that's about all we got. Well, if this was your first show, we're just kind of chilling, no real plan, answer some questions, hang out, BS for a while. Just another value add. We like to do at least one of these a month together. Todd's been also doing other recorded videos that don't get released to the public, and we provide you any inside information. This one didn't have too many conspiracies or inside information besides a couple dates to keep in mind. On top of that, you do get a chance to win, 1 in 4 chance to win some crypto, usually about $10 per prize. So really offsetting some of your costs for the month anyways. So hopefully one of you guys that watch this will win, and we'll see what kind of crypto I want to give away. Probably some RPD, XLM, ETC. I know I have those. Maybe a NEO. We'll see what's up. What you got to add, Todd, before we get out of here?
That's all I got.
That's
I think
it?
still sit on your hands a little bit. I think. I don't think you want to be doing much, but and sitting on your hands, that's a tough job when everybody's wanting trades.
Right. Ergen says would be better to do it a little earlier for European members. Todd did do one at 3 or 4 a.m. our time today, so that would have been perfect timing for you.
I was writing that Bitcoin update, and then I thought, shoot, I might just go live.
The timing is just kind of random, except our set time at 6 p.m. Central is more because I work until 5 and then get over here, so that's pretty standard for us. And then we got to go get some food after that.
Yeah, I've been kind of chilling a little bit. I mean, I really was going on 4 hours sleep for, 2 or 3 months. I'm talking every night. So, and some of that 4 hours was scattered. So I've been getting a little bit more sleep, working out a little bit. Today, laid by the pool for a minute. So trying to just, it was a little stressful the last few weeks, worried about a market turning higher while I was sitting with millions in cash. So that's not a very fun feeling. So I survived that. So I kind of took a break today. But, you're only good as your last trade in my business.
That is true. That is true. Well, hopefully all of you guys decide to stay with us for the next month. If you do, you got to do nothing. Just pay. If you already gave us your Discord name, you will be back in the group. If you decide not to, well, you're always welcome back. We don't hold grudges. If it's for financial reasons, you think we're idiots, whatever it may be, if you come back, we'll get you a new link. If you were a $30 member and you deleted us, well, I don't know what I can do for you, because really then I got to open up another slot for you. I got to do all this work, and it's more of a loyalty tier. Those who stay with us for a while are in the $30 tiers, so we'll see what we can work out for you. But again, hope you all stay with us. Make sure to try to pay on the 1st or the 2nd. That way you don't miss out on any time in Discord, and it saves me a little work from having to delete you and getting you back in there. And we'll hopefully have another successful month. As we were bearish, we did sell much higher, and we are looking to re-enter somewhere here at the end of this month or early next month. So you want to make sure that you don't miss any of those calls, don't miss any of those trades, and don't miss any of the news leading into the Binance US launch, backed launch, and ERSX. You're going to want to stick with us, and we are here 24/7 for you guys.
And I will say, because T. Will's asking about an ETC summit, I will say I'm getting invited to ETC something. I'm going to say in 4 or 5 or 6 weeks, so I'm not going to act like I know anything going on, whatever. I just know there's some type of meetup going on that I'm going to get an invite to because of one of my connections. So we'll see if that can make us any money. I got a feeling that might make us some short-term cash. So we shall see.
Ethereum Classic is one alt we've been waiting on. It has fallen hard. Everybody wanted to buy it above $7. We are down to $5.94. There is going to be support at $5.40, and ideally I'd like to get it closer to that low, around $5 to $5.10. So we will see where that goes if Bitcoin decides to go down, but that is a level I would like to look at. It's one of the few alts that has not made a new low, and that is due to it having such an explosive rise with insiders buying it before the news that Binance will be allowing the lending of Ethereum Classic on its platform along with BNB and USDT. So far it's been good to stand aside or sell those ETC, and we are looking for lower prices still on Ethereum Classic. Martin says before we leave, long-term expectations for Ethereum Classic. I think Ethereum Classic is here to stay, especially when Ethereum switches to proof of stake. Ethereum Classic is going to be like the second or third largest and most secure proof of work network out there, along with Bitcoin and Litecoin. It has exposure on Grayscale. Why did Binance and CC decide that Ethereum Classic along with BNB and USDT will be able to lend? Those are the only three? I don't know. And I know Ethereum Classic is rumored that Bakkt is looking into it along with ErisX. So there's probably going to be exposure to big money, and I think it's one that we like and one that probably has a bright future. They're working more and more hand in hand with the Ethereum team, which is good because once Ethereum goes over to proof of stake, there will be more of a differentiation between the two. So I think both of those can maybe thrive and see what kind of dApps or use cases they can kind of be used for. So we'll see what happens.
And hold on, give me one more second here before we go. I don't need the screen, just wait a second.
Also, I got to do a little bragging. Tezos went to 1 billion. I said I'll probably get a little higher and then dump. Tezos literally went to like 1.05 billion. It's down to 650 million right now. So could have saved yourself about 50% by listening to that tidbit of advice. What you got, Todd?
I was trying to figure out Coinbase is starting an insurance company. I don't know what that is all about. I don't know if that's for crypto or what. And then I was going to just give us updated tech real quick while we're live here so no one has to ask me in 2 minutes. Bitcoin USD 40.28 on the tech. So again, nothing. We already know like a 35 didn't save us, 34 didn't save us on the way down. So I'm not buying a 40.28 tech. So not going to happen. So we're just going to sit and watch till that gets better. And then hopefully with the volatility, what will happen would be best is if OP keeps going to new lows, why price double bottoms or something at some point in the coming days. That would give us a reason maybe to try the long side. So I got to have some reason to try the long side versus just an LA wave pattern because I don't trade just LA wave like that. So I've got to have some type of Wyckoff and then say, okay, if it rallies here, this would be the LA wave pattern. So I'm waiting on that. Bitcoin USDT 42.20 on the technometer. So that's all. I'm out.
There we go. Well, hope you guys enjoyed the Patreon-only show, and we'll see who the winners are. And again, hit us up in Discord with questions. Hope you join us again next month in September, and we'll keep giving you our information, discussing Palm Beach Trader and Confidential and Syndicator bot information as well.
Coinbase insurance is for cryptocurrency, so that's interesting.
There we go.
I'm sure Carrie will have that on our blog here shortly.
We were just talking about how big money needs insurance and custody.
That's what I'm working on.
Maybe Coinbase is starting to solve that solution.
Custody, insurance, and trading.
There you go.
We're going to wrap all that up into about a 4%, 3-4% a wrap fee and bring in the big accounts.
Head over to learncrypto.io to see everything we do outside of Patreon, really, because we're not on YouTube right now. And then we do have a free blog, and I'm sure Carrie will be posting that article on that blog as well. So go check it out.
Shout out to Carrie. Todd Mother, I guess.
Peace.
Peace out.
Oh, hey, stay positive, pal. Most people, when they lose, they whine and quit. But you got to be there for the turns. Everybody's got good luck. Everybody's got bad luck. Don't run when you lose.
Play hard, play clean. Be careful out there.
We'll see you all again. Sleep tight.